Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Dana and today prepared this tiger bread and I cannot wait to share the recipe with you. So I am just editing this after baking it just a few hours after that. So let's get started. For the dough of the bread I'm going to need 600 grams of flour, and you have to use a strong flour, 1 teaspoon of dry yeast, 1 teaspoon of sugar, salt, half a teaspoon I added because I don't like to add too much salt, sesame oil, 25 grams, and also a tablespoon of olive oil. That is going to make this bread taste and smell amazing. I am going to activate the yeast. You don't have to do this, but I do this because I feel that the bread is going to raise faster. So I'm mixing the dry yeast with the sugar and with some warm water. I'm going to add over this 1 tablespoon of flour, and I'm going to mix it and let it to activate for a few minutes. I mix in the flour with the salt. I pour the yeast in the middle of the flour. Now you see me adding the sesame oil. God, this oil smells amazing, guys. You have to buy this and you have to use it for bread. I'm going to knead the dough and gradually add all the water. After I incorporate all the flour, I'm going to move the dough on the working surface and I'm going to knead it until it's not going to stick anymore to the hands. The texture will change and you will see it is going to be an amazing dough, but you have to take your time to knead it well. Just stretch it with your hand and roll it. Stretch it and roll it. Work that dough, because this is the fun of making bread. The kneading the dough, filling the dough, and you are going to be happy after you are going to bake it and you're going to see what came out of your hands. You can knead this dough with a mixer if you have one, a stronger one that is going to knead the dough. But if you don't have, just do it by hands, because the bread is going to come out good. I grease the bowl with some oil. I put the dough in that bowl, cover it with plastic film, and I'm going to let it rise until double in size. For the topping of this bread, I'm going to use rice flour, 75 grams, 2 teaspoons of dry yeast, and I added more than 100 milliliters of water and 2 teaspoons of sesame oil as well, because it's going to give flavor to this bread. So I'm going to mix the flour, the rice flour, with the yeast, and I'm going to add the sesame oil and water until I'm going to obtain a paste that is going to be a bit liquidy. You're going to see exactly the consistency that I want. So I'm going to keep adding water and mix everything until I will have a paste just like this, as you can see right now, like sour cream. After the dough has risen and doubled in volume, as you can see here, I will place it over my working surface, flatten it a bit with my hand, and shape it, roll it, and tighten it, because this dough is going to raise even more than this. I've placed the dough on the baking paper over the baking tray, and I will spread the rice paste all over the bread with a brush in a thick layer. And I will let again the bread to rise, the dough to rise for at least 30 minutes. And you're going to see that this bread is going to be so big and fluffy and tasty and amazing. After that, I'm going to bake this bread in the preheated oven at 428 Fahrenheit. This is 220 Celsius, so very hot oven for about 25-30 minutes, and you're going to see the cracks on the surface of the bread and the bread getting a good color. After baking, let the bread cool down if you can, because I couldn't. I just let it cool down for about 5 minutes to take a few pictures, and I started eating it with some butter. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, put a smile on your face no matter what, and I'm going to see you next time with another recipe. Bye.